Hello and welcome to another episode of Friday Night Smackdown here, the post-Mania Smackdown. We had Raw, and now Friday Night Smackdown is here. And coming out first is the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Had a very good WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre dealt with Madcap Moss in the car parking lot and dealt with Happy Corbin in the ring on his way to a WrestleMania victory. And coming out here, sword in hand in front of this Smackdown audience. Drew McIntyre going very early on in the WWE draft for Friday Night Smackdown. Dwayne Johnson wanted him and he got his man in the end. And Drew McIntyre is here on Smackdown. And you got to think, what is next for Drew McIntyre? Now that he's dealt with Happy Corbin, what is in his future? What is in his sights next? Because a match that's been talked about for a long time that is yet to happen, of course, Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns needs a challenger for that Universal title. And why not Drew McIntyre, former multi-time WWE champion? And you have to think, Drew McIntyre's got to be thinking about that too. He's got to be thinking about what is next and what could be next for the former Royal Rumble winner, former WrestleMania main eventer, former world champion Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns has got to be high up on his wish list, his priority list. Especially being on SmackDown and Roman Reigns already, AJ Styles looking as likely challenger over on Raw. Will it be Drew McIntyre on SmackDown? Drew McIntyre wanting to say a few things here to kick off SmackDown. Talking about that victory. Very happy to be done with Corbin and Moss, it would seem. Victorious and a part of SmackDown. WrestleMania in his past. What is for the future? Preparing for the next battle, he says. A long time coming. And like I said, calling out Roman Reigns, calling out the Universal Champion, listing off his accomplishments and his nicknames. Drew McIntyre wants Roman Reigns. And that's not Roman Reigns. That is Dolph Ziggler, Dirty Dogs member, drafted by The Rock in the post-main draft, supplementary draft, I guess you can call it, to Friday Night SmackDown. And coming out here, Dolph Ziggler was the man responsible for bringing Drew McIntyre up from NXT to the main roster, if you want to call it that, and now coming up to his former protege here, saying hi to him. It seems McIntyre not in the mood, wants Roman Reigns, and Dolph a few things to say, and Dolph saying no, saying that he deserves a shot at the Universal Championship more than Drew McIntyre, but Drew not in a laughing mood. And oh my god, Drew wanting a fight with Dolph Ziggler, it seems. If Roman won't come out, Drew will happily take Dolph Ziggler. But is Jeff Hardy, oh my god, Jeff Hardy returning at WrestleMania. Johnny Knoxville not fighting Sami Zayn himself, calling out Jeff Hardy instead to take his place, and Jeff Hardy beating Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and coming out here, drafted over to SmackDown as well by The Rock in the main draft. And Jeff Hardy hearing this commotion and saying he wants Roman Reigns, he wants one more world title, he wants to be the contender, and Drew a lot of respect, but Drew McIntyre wanting this shot. Drew McIntyre wants his opportunity at Roman Reigns. He's been waiting for it, whilst Dolph a lot less respectful to Jeff Old Man Hardy, he's calling him. Whilst Dolph saying he wants that world title match, whilst Jeff clings to relevancy. Oh my god, Dolph and Jeff pointing out, yeah, only 3 years older, not that old in comparison. And Jeff wanting a fight with Dolph as well. Dolph Ziggler rubbing people a lot the wrong way as Montez Ford comes out. This ring getting very full. Montez Ford also drafted to SmackDown in the mainland draft. And coming out here, everyone else seems to be putting themselves forward for a Universal title match. Why not Montez Ford hanging out with Dawkins backstage? And Montez Ford talking about it. Why not him? He's right. Why not Montez Ford? Dolph Ziggler not too impressed with that, it would seem. Oh my god, the disrespect Dolph Ziggler showing to everyone in this ring, but Montez Ford pointing out The Rock's words, saying he's a future world champ, so why not now? Montez Ford ready to fight anyone, it sounds like, for a shot. Jeff Hardy a lot of respect, telling Montez Ford maybe he should wait, saying it's his opportunity, and Montez Ford a lot of respect for Jeff Hardy, but oh my god, no, Montez Ford not wasting time with anything, not wanting to wait around for 14 years like Jeff. That must cut deep for Jeff Hardy. Whilst Drew McIntyre is still just not happy with all these interruptions. He wants Roman. He wants a Universal title match. He doesn't want this commotion, this nonsense. It's The Rock. Finally, some order to be restored. The SmackDown general manager coming out here. The Rock tired of the arguing, just like me, to be honest with you. Announcing Dolph and Drew fighting tonight, and Jeff Hardy and Montez Ford next week. The winners fighting in 2 weeks' time to crown the contender. And The Rock saying, accept it, or I lay the SmackDown on you. Oh my god, two massive matches tonight. We got Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler in the main event. A huge match between these two partners. And then next week we got Jeff Hardy and Montez Ford, the legend Jeff Hardy and the up-and-coming Montez Ford, two high-flying superstars going to battle in Universal title contenders qualifying matches. This will be huge. But from that to this, the team coming to SmackDown from the draft, Legado. Joaquin Wilde, one member of it, so talented, and so is his tag team partner, Raul Mendoza here. Both really talented competitors. And then, of course, the leader of Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar, the former Cruiserweight champion down in NXT. And Legado, you think, will have big plans for what they want to achieve here on SmackDown. Legado del Fantasma coming soon to SmackDown. I can't wait to see what these boys get up to. The Rock backstage on the phone to the Roman Reigns. It seems Roman Reigns, it doesn't sound like he's picking up. Where is Roman Reigns? He was on Raw. SmackDown Superstar, though, not appearing on SmackDown. Oh my god, it's Sami Zayn. He startled me. He startled The Rock, calling him homeless. Oh my god. The Rock seemingly not recognizing him. Sami Zayn pointing it out. Drafted in the supplementary draft. What does Sami want from The Rock here? Sami wanting a Universal title match. He lost at WrestleMania. What is Sami Zayn talking about? SmackDown's biggest star? Is Sami Zayn okay? Oh, The Rock asking Sami Zayn. And, oh, yeah, that's The Rock. Doesn't matter what Sami Zayn wants, but offering him a shot right now in an Intercontinental title contenders qualifying match. Sami Zayn right now. Sami Zayn rushing to it. And what a jackass. Oh, you're right, Rocky. As Sami Zayn coming out next up, an Intercontinental Championship qualifying match. One match this week and one match next week, just like the Universal title contenders qualifying matches before the contenders matches in 2 weeks' time. And the Intercontinental title will be defended by Ricochet at WrestleMania Backlash in a one-on-one ladder match. Of course, in the memory of Scott Hall. May he rest in peace. Will it be Sami Zayn stepping up to him, though, at WrestleMania Backlash to try and win back that Intercontinental title that he lost to Ricochet? Ricochet, of course, beating Sami Zayn in the build-up to WrestleMania to win that Intercontinental Championship. You could say largely thanks to Johnny Knoxville's interference, or you could just say because Ricochet is a better superstar, better wrestler, better in ring. I'm sure Sami Zayn wouldn't say that, but you could. Or will Sami Zayn be able to get that title back, or can Ricochet overcome the odds if Sami Zayn can even get there? Sami Zayn's got to get to two matches first. He's got to get through this contenders qualifying match against someone now, and then next week he'll have to get through. You'll see who his opponent is. He has to get through in 2 weeks' time in the contenders match. But Sami Zayn ready for this now, ready for action, rushing out from interrupting The Rock backstage. And where is Roman Reigns, you have to wonder? Not here tonight. Like I said, drafted to SmackDown, pick number 1. As Sami Zayn's opponent is Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak, an incredible superstar, very underappreciated, you could say, ready for a fight here, wanting to prove himself, it seems, drafted in the supplementary draft to SmackDown. And Drew Gulak hasn't achieved too much in WWE, you could say, but you have to think he's got his eyes to the future. His eyes to what could be coming next as he makes his way to the ring. Drew Gulak, very good at what he does. You can't deny it, and you can't argue with it. Drew Gulak, a submission wrestling specialist. And Drew Gulak and Sami Zayn, for all of Sami Zayn's nonsense, very good in-ring superstar, you have to say. And so Sami Zayn and Drew Gulak could put on a very good match here in this Intercontinental title contenders qualifying match. But without further ado, I guess it's just time to go and find out. Both of these superstars are ready, going right into it. Oh my god, Drew, a big fist to start things. Oh, and then a back suplex to Sami Zayn, smashing him down as Drew Gulak getting ready for a fight. But Sami, some big shots to the head and to the gut for turning Gulak around into a DDT. Strong start from Sami, fighting back into this immediately. Grabbing Gulak, lifting him up, and a snap suplex from Sami Zayn. And then jumping onto the apron, Zayn, and then just climbing into the ring, thinking better of going high, maybe, but allowing Gulak back into it with a fisherman's hook suplex, slamming Zayn down. A technical match already between these two. Zayn with a big chop, a big kick, and another big chop for a big clothesline to take down Drew Gulak. And Drew Gulak fighting out with a kick to the head of Sami Zayn. But Sami Zayn! Oh my god, Gulak going for Zayn. Zayn rushing past, bouncing off, springboarding off the ropes, and hitting a DDT before picking Gulak up and slamming him down with another suplex. But what a fast start to this match. Both these men wanting it. Zayn climbing up to the top rope. And a swanton bomb, a beautiful swanton bomb from Sami Zayn. And like I said in the pre-match, in the entrance, as Sami Zayn, maybe his nonsense gets away from it as Drew Gulak takes him out with a big boot. But Sami Zayn is a really good in-ring competitor, and maybe Drew Gulak's the type of person who can really bring that out of him as Gulak tosses Zayn out of the ring. Gulak waiting in the ring for Zayn to return, though, having tossed him out. Zayn climbing back in as Gulak just massive right hook right to his mouth, knocking the spit flying out his mouth. As Gulak then turning his attention to the floor at Sami Zayn now. Got his arm around his throat as he lifts him up onto his back. Sami Zayn, going for a submission, but Sami Zayn's foot getting onto the rope immediately to break things up here. But Drew Gulak focusing on that leg before from the mat, lifting up Zayn and planting with a massive power bomb. Gulak taking control of things here, showing what he can do as he locks in this submission on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn thriving in pain on the mat for Gulak, letting it go. Zayn clutching at that knee as Gulak kicks it even more. And just Gulak really working on that knee. Sami Zayn, of course, is finishing a hell of a kick. And Gulak trying to avoid it. Gulak helping Zayn up, going from Zayn rushing past and hitting with another springboard DDT to fight back into it. Gulak's trying to take out those legs of Zayn, but Zayn not letting it happen. Zayn tossing Gulak into the corner and grabs him, tosses him to the outside. And Sami Zayn, he's setting up for it. Sami Zayn, he's running at the corner. And the massive through the middle rope, outside to outside, DDT, beautiful. And then straight into a standing moonsault. Oh my God, Sami Zayn clearly seeing Drew Gulak's not someone to mess with, not someone to underestimate, beating down on him on the outside of the mat, slapping him across the face as Zayn and Gulak go at it on the outside. Chop, kick, chop, punch to the head, another punch to the head, another chop. Zayn actually wailing on Gulak before he grabs him and he tosses him into the steel steps. That's gotta hurt for Drew Gulak. Zayn getting back into the ring for immediately climbing out, breaking the count, restarting it before he picks Drew Gulak here in the corner of the outside. Kicks to the gut, another chop, another punch. Zayn beating the hell out of Drew Gulak before he grabs him. And a big snap suplex to the outside. That looked very painful. Right onto the... it's the padded mats of the outside, but still, you don't want to get suplexed out there, especially so close to the barricade, so close to the ring steps. God knows what could happen. As Zayn waits on the apron, goes for a big jump from the apron, but Gulak avoiding it and grabbing Zayn, but Zayn with a big kick to reverse things around here. Zayn grabbing Drew Gulak here. Kick to the gut, and then Zayn, a fisherman's hook suplex to the mat on the outside again. Gulak going through it here as Zayn takes control, actually beating the hell out of Gulak, but Gulak fighting back with a big kick to the gut of Sami Zayn on the outside. Gulak picking up Zayn. What is his plan here? Grabs Zayn and he tosses him into the ring. Gulak done with fighting on the outside and gets slammed onto this mat. He wants in the ring. Goes for a big clothesline, but Zayn rolls him up out of nowhere. The referee counting. A 1.5 from Sami Zayn. There's Gulak slowly getting back to his feet. And Zayn going for a big punch, but Gulak reversing it. And a big punch to the chest to Zayn. Gulak got Zayn in a behind wrist lock, but an elbow to the face from Zayn as he kicks Gulak in the gut. Goes for a punch, but Gulak reversing the punches to the gut, grabbing Zayn against the ropes, slamming him onto the mat, and elevated from the ropes. Big kick to the gut of Zayn. Goes for a kick, but Zayn reversing it and pushing Gulak down onto the mat, just shoving the hell out of him. Picking up Gulak, punch to the face, punch to the chest, grabbing him, punching him into that corner. And Sami Zayn stepping back and hitting Gulak with a hell of a kick. A massive kick to the head in that corner, turning Gulak over here, making the cover Zayn. And I think that might be it here. It is Sami Zayn picking up the victory over Drew Gulak here. Sami Zayn advancing to the Intercontinental Championship contenders match in 2 weeks' time. Look at this big move that's being obscured by the fans. The fans loving it as Sami Zayn going for a surprise roll-up like that on Drew Gulak when he went for a clothesline, only for about 2 count for this hell of a kick from Sami Zayn. It is a hell of a kick, to be honest with you. Ends things in Zayn's favor as he gets one step closer to earning an opportunity to win back that Intercontinental Championship, because you have to think it's what he wants. He wants championship gold around his waist. He wants that Intercontinental Championship back around his waist, telling these fans it's his time, it's his moment. This conspiracy won't hold him down. He's going to climb to the top. Conspiracy or not, whether the people in charge want it or not, Sami Zayn's time is coming. As now here comes the SmackDown Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey defeating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, having won the Women's Royal Rumble earlier in January. going to WrestleMania 38, making Charlotte Flair tap out on her way to getting that SmackDown Women's Championship in her arms. Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, the only woman in the UFC Hall of Fame, now adding the SmackDown Women's Championship to an incredibly long list of accolades. Ronda Rousey got a thing or two to say, it would seem, in that ring. Ronda asking for a microphone. What does Ronda got to say? Ronda Rousey talking about beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. She said she'd do it. She did. She made Charlotte Flair tap out. Got that SmackDown Women's title now. And talking about a long list of women she could fight. Charlotte, Sasha, Naomi, Asuka, Becky, all drafted it just in the main draft. Sonya Deville's Titantron hitting Ronda, taking off her jacket, waiting for Sonya. Oh my god, is that from nowhere from behind? Sonya Deville with a steel chair to the back before slamming it into the leg of Ronda Rousey. Sonya Deville saying she's not management and she wants that title. She wants to beat the hell out of Ronda Rousey. Oh my god. And now Dolph Ziggler here. Dolph Ziggler wanting a world title, saying the journey starts now, beating his former lackey, Drew McIntyre, as he puts it, before going on for a Dirty Dogs country at WrestleMania Backlash, saying he'll win the Universal title. Same Robbie Roode win the Intercontinental title, announcing Robert Roode in the Intercontinental title contenders qualifying match next week, I assume, as Dolph Ziggler rushes out to make his way to the ring after those very confident words from him backstage. So much going on. Ronda Rousey taken out by Sonya Deville there. Unbelievable, as Dolph making his way out to the ring. And just like Sonya Deville made an impact there, taking out Ronda with that steel chair, you have to think Dolph will want to make an impact as well, get a massive win over Drew McIntyre, and put himself into the Universal Championship contenders match in 2 weeks' time against Jeff Hardy or Montez Ford. The show-off, Dolph Ziggler, one half of the Dirty Dogs, hasn't held a world title in a long time, and you have to think that's going to get to him. He wants a world title, especially before Drew McIntyre can pick up his first. Him bringing Drew McIntyre to the company, and then Drew McIntyre beating him to win a world title and winning another one on top. Unbelievable. As here he is, the Scottish Warrior, making his entrance again, sword in hand, ready for battle. He's had his war with Corbin and Cat Moss, and now ready for one against Dolph Ziggler. And then in 2 weeks' time, he'd say against Jeff Hardy or Montez Ford before his ultimate battle with Roman Reigns. But for now, the Scottish Warrior is ready, planting that sword into the stage and slamming it down, the fire erupting. Drew McIntyre, battle and war ready as he marches down to the ring, and you see that look on his face. It is a serious expression. Drew McIntyre not here to mess around, not here to have a laugh. He's here to do one thing right now, and that is beat Dolph Ziggler on his way to earning a Universal Championship match come WrestleMania Backlash with Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre ready for this, making his way up the stairs onto the apron. Drew McIntyre calling for the fans to cheer him on, asking for him. He can't hear him, he wants to. Drew McIntyre, the fans love him, and he is ready for this. Is the Scottish Warrior. He is ready for this main event here on the post-WrestleMania edition of SmackDown against Dolph Ziggler in this Universal Championship contenders qualifying match. Both of these men are ready, but who's going to come out on top? And Drew McIntyre, an immediate Claymore kick to Dolph Ziggler, and making the cover. Is it over already? The referee making the count, and Dolph Ziggler kicks out at 2.5. What a start. Drew not wasting any time, right into the Claymore kick and taking Dolph Ziggler down on his way to 2.5, and Drew McIntyre climbing to the top rope. What has McIntyre got in his mind? A massive elbow drop. Oh my god, Drew McIntyre bringing out all the stops seconds into this match with Dolph Ziggler. He wants that Universal title match. A big suplex to Dolph, taking control, not letting Dolph have a single foot in this match. He just kicks him straight in the head here. Drew McIntyre on top of Dolph, with Dolph turning around. The big shots to Drew right in the face. Dolph Ziggler getting to his feet and trying to work on Drew with an elbow drop of his own, not from the top rope, just standing as Drew gets to his feet. What has Dolph got in his head right now? Goes for a knee but misses as Drew grabs him and picks him up. And Drew McIntyre, big standing sit-out suplex there, smashing Dolph into the mat before a big punch as Dolph gets back to his feet to send him back. Drew grabbing Dolph and just picking him up before tossing him down. Drew McIntyre ragdolling Dolph Ziggler around right now. Oh my god. Grabbing him by the leg and smashing him knee first into the mat. before he picks up Drew McIntyre again and just power bombs him down. Oh my god, what a start to things from Drew as he climbs back up to the top rope. And Drew McIntyre once again, is he thinking it, calling for Dolph Ziggler to get back to his feet before jumping down. Oh, he thought better of it, grabbing Dolph and hitting him with a big duplex. Grabbing him again, but Dolph rolling through. Looked like he might have been going for his DDT there, but Dolph managing to reverse it, picking up Drew McIntyre, punching him a big kick, and then smashing him from the back to the mat. Dolph Ziggler climbing up to the top rope here as Drew McIntyre climbs to his feet, but Dolph with a big axe handle smash, taking Drew down. Drew getting up and an elbow to Dolph, taking him off course. Dolph with some big shots though to Drew, and a Pele kick from Drew McIntyre as Dolph Ziggler makes the cover. He thinks that's enough, gets it too, but Drew McIntyre powers out of it, tossing Dolph Ziggler off of him. But Dolph right into it as Drew gets to his feet. A big DDT, taking Drew McIntyre back onto the mat again as Drew McIntyre kicks Dolph and gets to his feet, and Dolph running for it. Dolph not wanting this fight with Drew. Drew McIntyre getting out there and chasing Dolph around as Dolph turns around, goes to grab Drew, but Drew gets there first, punching Dolph, picking him up and smashing him to the mat. Oh my god, Drew McIntyre has had the control here as Dolph Ziggler, out of nowhere, finds his opportune moment, grabs Drew McIntyre and just tosses him into the ring steps before hitting him with that elbow drop on the outside. Dolph Ziggler going to try and fight back into this any way he can with a big DDT onto the mat on the outside now. Drew McIntyre just wearing Drew McIntyre getting wear down on the outside by Dolph Ziggler here, as Drew McIntyre tossed into the announcer's table by Dolph Ziggler, who grabs him and smashes him head first into our announce table here for a big drop kick to take him down as Dolph Ziggler climbs into the ring, and Dolph Ziggler telling the ref to count. Dolph Ziggler looking for a count-out victory, it seems, thinking maybe he can't beat Drew McIntyre on his own as the referee tells Drew to get in. Drew getting to his feet now. Dolph Ziggler thinks this is it, but Drew McIntyre manages to climb in just in time before grabbing Dolph, going for that future shock DDT, and he hits it! Is that it? Drew McIntyre makes the cover, the referee counting 1, 2, and Dolph just managing to kick out there. Oh my god. I don't know how much more Dolph can take as Drew McIntyre beats the hell out of him in the ring. Fists and kicks and everything he got, but Dolph with a big drop kick to equalize things as he gets Drew on the mat and gets him from behind, just cranking his back, trying to weaken him, trying to take the wind out of Drew McIntyre. Dolph climbs to the top rope here and hits a big elbow drop from the top rope of his own before making the cover. The referee counting 1, 2, and Drew McIntyre managing to kick out. Drew McIntyre's had control in this match for a lot of it, but Dolph Ziggler has fought back when possible and rolling through it with a roll-up. Oh my god, Dolph getting just the one. Dolph trying to take advantage of whatever little opportunities he can find in this match. Another big elbow drop to Drew McIntyre from Dolph Ziggler, and then hitting some more. Dolph using that elbow as best as possible, just smashing it continuously into Drew McIntyre, trying to take all of the wind in the air and the energy out of him, picking him up with a big kick and then smashing him down to the mat there with that fireman's carry as Dolph Ziggler just trying to work down, elbowing Drew in the face, in the body, looking at him, taunting him. Drew getting back to his feet as Dolph Ziggler, a big elbow, a big chop, another big chop, a kick and a drop kick. Dolph Ziggler trying to fight his way into it, taunting Drew McIntyre, taunting the fans. And look at him, he's just taunting him, sitting down. I can do this all day, this is easy work, says Dolph Ziggler. You think Drew McIntyre won't be too impressed as Dolph waits for Drew to get up, but maybe a little bit too much taunting. No, Dolph Ziggler getting there just in time and tossing Drew McIntyre out of the ring. And Dolph Ziggler looking out at Drew McIntyre as he sits on the mat on the outside, and Drew climbing to the top rope. What has he got in his mind here? Going for it! Oh my god, a massive axe handle smash from the top rope to the outside on Drew McIntyre by Dolph Ziggler as Dolph grabs him and tosses him into the ring post there. That's gotta hurt before unleashing another elbow drop. Dolph trying to take advantage here. He's had the control for a little bit. Drew's got to fight back into this if he wants to win, as Dolph tosses Drew McIntyre into the barricade. But Drew fighting back with a chop, and Dolph fleeing into the ring to a safe haven, but Drew getting back into it here. Going for Drew, but Drew grabbing Dolph, picking him up here, and Drew placing Dolph, smashing him into that turnbuckle before throwing him to the mat. And smashing him arm into the mat there. Drew startled. What the hell is that? That's Legado del Fantasma coming to SmackDown soon, as you saw earlier tonight. But what the hell is this? They're Titantron playing. Everyone's distracted. The ref, Dolph down, Drew waiting, wondering what's happening. Is that's Santos Escobar with a steel chair straight to the face of Drew McIntyre. The referee somehow not seeing it, as Santos Escobar lays out Drew McIntyre with that steel chair, and Dolph Ziggler, the ultimate opportunist there, crawls over to Drew McIntyre and makes the cover as the referee counts. This can't end like this, can it? It doesn't. A 2 count from Dolph. Drew McIntyre steel chair to the head, not letting it get him down, but Dolph Ziggler planting him with a zigzag. And is that going to be it? Now that interference from Santos Escobar, the referee counts 1, 2. Kick out from Drew again. I don't know how Drew's found the energy. Dolph's constant elbows to the chest to try and take the wind out. A steel chair to the head. That zigzag from behind as Dolph Ziggler climbs to the top rope. Now what has he got in his mind? And one more elbow drop. Just getting all that wind left in Drew McIntyre's body and his lungs out of him before he lifts up Drew McIntyre, calling for him before hitting him with a second zigzag. You have to think that's got to be it. Dolph Ziggler making the cover here. The ref counting 1, 2, 3, and that is it. After Drew McIntyre had control for so much of this match, but that interference, that steel chair smashed to his head from Santos Escobar, starting so strong, that Claymore kick, but Escobar's interference, like I said, the difference making here, allowing Dolph Ziggler to pick up the win after that steel chair shot, and then not 1 but 2 zigzags, allowing Drew McIntyre to pin up the victory. So close with that Claymore early, and then a future shock DDT as well. But Santos Escobar here, as you can see, out of nowhere, a steel chair straight to the skull of Drew McIntyre. The referee somehow not seeing. We need better refs in this place if he didn't notice that. I have to say. And Dolph Ziggler climbing over, not getting the free count on that occasion. He went for it, only getting just about a 2. But then not 1, but 2 zigzags is what it took from Dolph Ziggler to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre tried to fight out of it, you know, coming so close, kicking out of that one, but then another putting him away, as Dolph Ziggler gets the victory here. Dolph Ziggler earns his spot in the championship qualifying match, a contenders match, in 2 weeks' time against Jeff Hardy or Montez Ford. The show-off is one step closer to the Universal Championship, and I think I speak for all of us when I say no one wants that. But that is all for today. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Smackdown. If you did, then please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more to see when that next episode drops. Plenty more episodes of Raw and Smackdown to come before that WrestleMania Backlash special. And as always, though, I do want to say thank you for watching.